Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Heart Breath. Welcome to VMD. I'm lucky enough to have the company of Valeria here with me, and I know some of you will be watching this back. So I welcome you here. I welcome you specifically, Danny and Melissa and Jackie. I welcome you to the space, and whomever else who's here with us that is not named, I welcome you here to the empty and to our heart. So let's take a moment here, you and I together, all of us here together, to just close our eyes and just begin to take time to listen empty. We're going to play a little before we breathe with this invitation of empty. But before we even begin playing, let's just close our eyes and be here and feel this. Just begin to notice what brings you into the empty. Notice how it feels to listen this vibration, this word from the inside. And just feel where the body calls you to its attention. Feel everything that led up to you being here right now. Empty, like any word, holds its shadow. So empty also has us listen full. As we begin right now, we're just beginning to tune into both the empty and the full. And since it's live, just the two of us, we'll name what's in our empty and full, how that wants to be expressed before we play, before we breathe. Is there anything our bodies, our souls using bodies to express? Is there anything that wants to be expressed? So in my journey with empty since the start of this month, I'll share, and then I'll open it to you, Valeria, that listening this word has brought so much up for me. And I've been witnessing how empty is daily reminding me of its presence, whether it's in my personal life or on that collective grid. There's so much that I'm feeling in relationship to what empty stands for, how it contains so much. And I've been deep in feeling the grief and the fear and the clearing out and the fullness of like life hitting me as I also feel the vacant. It's been this really interesting journey thus far into this word, into this energy. We had a full moon in the last 2 days, but what it had me doing this full moon was emptying out.
Yeah.
The full moon was so much moving from that full moon. So much that that invitation of full was offering my body so I might empty. So yeah, this is what's here. And I pulled, as I always do with these heart breath meditations, I pull cards, and the four cards I pulled were the moon, um, the pink dragon, the moth, and new beginnings. So the moth and new beginnings, the moon and the pink dragon. The moon and the moth have a correlation of mystery and illusion. Um, and new beginnings and the pink dragon have everything to do with the heart and what's beginning, what's starting. What does this heart want? Like, what wants to jumpstart our heart? So, so that's what's here for me as I listen to Empty and I come into tonight. I wonder what's here for you, Valeria, that we might all listen together.
For me, empty right now means inside. When
Mm,
they empty, the first word I get is inside. And
in
how
sight or inside? Which
inside,
one? Inside.
like it
Okay.
inside too.
Yeah. Inside, insight. Okay. I heard both and wanted to be sure. Yeah. Okay. That's beautiful. Inside.
Yeah. Yeah, and I welcome your invitation to listen to what is inside that can give us insight into how to start this new beginning and how to grab the dragon and its fire to be able to fully embrace it.
Mm, mm, mm. To grab the dragon and its fire and to embrace it. This obviously feels particularly touching as we witness fire's power in this moment in time, the way it's actually emptying so many lives, the way so many are feeling the impact of the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's something here to be with around how you listen, grabbing that fire, holding the fire, not letting it burn wildly out of control.
Yeah.
Right?
He had like a torch, you know, and how you go
Mm,
into empty into the cave and
mm,
fire is what is illuminating
mm,
the path.
gorgeous. This is really phenomenal to feel. Fire is what you bring with you into the empty, to the cave. Yes, the light is what you bring into the dark, the vacant. Right, we can feel that together here, that imagery guiding us deeper into our body, into this cave we dwell in. Yeah. Mm, beautiful, beautiful. So, as we listen this, I'm certain all of you are feeling your own connections being forged, your own imagery, your own sensations. Each time one of us shares, it ignites a spark in the other. One word echoes in our empty body, full body, and sets off a reaction. So we get to feel, even though we don't hear it, we get to feel the presence of that ignition. This is why we do any collective work, is because we understand that we're able to really feel the presence of each other on or off screen, in person, or just, again, telepathically at a distance. We can feel the way we reach each other without needing to be together. So I feel that now here. The listening bodies, listening empty, listening what has been set off in them. And so some of my inspiration for tonight's guidance came from an early morning breakfast with my soul sister, Christina, and she has these wonderful cards. And one of the cards that I pulled, we pulled cards on Wednesday mornings together, just one each from 2 different decks. And the one I pulled was a guided request to sit and stare at an empty wall. So it made so much sense that, of course, today I would pick, that would be my prompt for today: sit and stare at an empty wall. And the prompt was for an hour. I didn't have a whole hour to sit and stare at an empty wall. So I did it for 20 minutes. And it was profound to just sit and stare at an empty wall for 20 minutes.
Wow.
I thought we could play with the empty page. It's kind of hard sometimes to find an empty wall in our spaces. I had to definitely rearrange things to get an empty wall. But I thought we could play with the empty page. And we would maybe journey. I'm going to time us at 5 minutes. And I want us to just take a look at the empty page. Don't close our eyes. Don't look away. Just stare into the empty page and really feel what happens. So we're going to do this here together. I have my page. It has lines on it. Actually, I'm going to grab one that doesn't have lines. It'll make it definitely much more interesting. If you can find one that doesn't have lines, awesome. I happen to have just like a little watercolor book that I use. So I'm going to do this. And we're just going to hold our gaze at the empty page. I'm going to put a little timer on here for me, so I know when to stop us. And then all of you listening here, I want you to do it too. Take some time with you to just look at the page and just observe yourself and see what happens. You ready, Valeria?
Ready.
Awesome. Okay, here we go. Okay. 5 minutes are up. So maybe I'll begin with you here, Valeria, to just check in and feel what was that like to just bring all of yourself to the empty page? What did you notice?
I noticed how when you focus yourself on a specific point, light starts to change. I noticed how shades and lights differ even though you're still staring at the same blank spot. It's like its focus is blurring everything, and the point shows different layers.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, it's amazing how much empty can hold, how you begin to see what's almost there and not there.
Yeah, it's like your mind is trying to make associations with blank.
Exactly. Exactly. Isn't that beautiful? The way we, with nothing, will make something, and how there's something in nothing.
Yeah, because at the end you are seeing it, you know?
Yeah, I found the exercise deeply moving in that at first, when I did it against a wall, I had a really hard time not moving my gaze away or just sitting still. And what I found was that empty had a very, staring at empty had evoked a lot of sensation and a lot of feeling. It's as if it was like more than a mirror.
Mm.
Looking at an empty wall versus looking at me in a mirror, it felt as if I was seeing more of me in the empty wall than on the mirror.
Oh, wow.
So it was so moving to feel what that space of nothing brings you into contact with. Yeah. It's almost like it was easier to look at the wall and see myself than and see all of what I hold inside than to see a mirror, which, when we look at a mirror, we're seeing our reflection, but we're seeing all of our judgments, we're seeing all of the imperfections, we're seeing all the things we like or don't like. But when we look at a wall, the wall looks back at us. When we look at the blank paper, there's more than we realize we're going to encounter and see. So I invite you, Valeria, and whomever's here with us to play with this exercise, especially if you can find a wall and you can sit in a chair and you can get really still and you can do 20 minutes, 30 minutes of just staring at the wall and seeing what the wall tells you. It's a phenomenal way to meet yourself.
I love
What
that.
are you feeling as you hear this? Valeria, what do you notice?
Yeah, I notice it's like an invitation to be with yourself beyond reflections of you.
Mm,
Like a direct path towards you.
mm,
Because a mirror at the end, it's, a reflection. It's not real. But the wall makes you be, not see, but be.
beautiful. Yes. Yes, this is wonderful to feel. The wall makes you be, not see. That's gorgeous. So much sensation there as you say that. Yeah, wonderful. So I feel like we've set the wonderful empty canvas for breathing. So this journey is going to be, I sense, is going to have its own unique poetry, its own unique language, its own unique landscape, given that it is empty. Um, so let's take a moment just to arrange ourselves so that we can be here as always. Like, I'm not going to instruct you on how to breathe these bodies into this meditation. You're just going to follow your intuition and understand that the most important thing about the breath in this kind of meditative immersion is that you're consistent with the inhale and the exhale. The rhythm of this matters because we're really trying to plug into this invitation rhythmically, right? So the inhale, the exhale. The inhale can be done 2 times, so you can breathe into the belly and the chest with an exhale, one long exhale. That just establishes a little bit more space inside. If you breathe in through the belly and into the chest and then a long exhale, you're just making more space. So if that's something you want to do, you can. And that rhythm really brings a lot into this body. It really supercharges it. But if you prefer just to inhale and exhale in your own rhythm, in your own time, then go for it. Wonderful. Okay. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to change the playlist here. And bring up my playlist for Heart Breath. I'm going to bring up the music a little bit. Just preparing to be emptied. All right, darlings, let us begin closing our eyes and taking a nice inhale together and an exhale. Another inhale and an exhale. One more inhale and an exhale. Begin to make your inhales and exhales intentional. Listening your breath, listening the empty. Every inhale fills you up. Every exhale empties. empty is our guide. And we listen this guidance from within. Where does empty find us? How does empty request us? Continuing to just understand that this moment in your now asks you to breathe. Breathe in relation to emptying. Where have you been touched by this vibration of empty? Where have you felt hollowed out? Where have you felt without? Where have you felt broken open, carved? Where does empty carry story for your lived experience? Breathe. Breathe in the presence of this invitation. Continue to just journey into this body, because this body, this cave, this cavern, this room, this holding container, this vessel is so full and so ready to be emptied. So can you listen how to let it go? You've been prepared for the letting go. You've been waiting for this muse of empty to deliver you release, to hold you. How might the empty hold you, cradle you, wrap itself around you? Now empty being the container that contains you. You alive inside the empty. all the matter that you are, being held by the vast, by the infinite, by space, sacred space. Breathe. Breathe the mystery. Pour yourself into this opening. You are that light in this dark. A small matchstick in a large, infinite dark sky. Breathe. Small blue lights flicker in the distance. This is your transportation. The empty container will take you now. You become weightless in its presence. Your body no longer holding so heavy. You become light, 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 luminous and light. When empty, there is no weight. When empty, you disappear. All of what you felt, all of what you know, all of what weighs you down and ties you to the full begins to disintegrate in the empty. So breathe, breathe, breathe here. Breathe in these particles. Exhale the dust. Every inch of you as body has more space inside of it than you know. For you are stardust. You are space embodied. And you're here to remember you as this first form without form. You're here to feel and sense this form without form, from where you once resided in the empty. You were always made for this. Can you let it consume you? The you that you're so attached to, the you you're so certain of, the you that wants to hang on, and the you that once was. And you let the empty consume. Breathe. Each breath you take in is liquid. So as you breathe in, feel the light pouring into your body. These particles of air become starlight, enter into your soul. Emptying that full. For within this empty, and each time you agree to be empty, each time you agree to be occupied by empty, you agree to enter into mystery. There's no orienting here. There's no way back. This is the blank wall where you meet. You meet everything beyond. So breathe. Where do you find yourself now? What is here with you? Sense and feel without making it mean anything. Just feel yourself being touched by this moment. How does this moment, this observable moment, touch you, sense you, awaken you? What is it like to watch you feel this now? Make contact with the sensory within your body. Feel where it feels alive in your body. What wants to move? What wants witnessing? Breathe. There's some work being done to us by this presence, this absence. There's ways in which the body right now is being recalibrated. So just breathe, feel, notice. Where does your body feel like it's being worked on, unwounded, rewinded, blank slated, emptied? There's an orange gold light in the shape of something winged. It seems to be bringing its medicine to our form. There's actually a magnetic field on this creature that has a way it pulls any electrical debris we carry off our skin, off our bodies. This electric dust, this magnetic debris. Empty clears us. And this particular symbol, this particular winged creature is clearing us of that debris. Feel where you are being dusted off. Where might you feel lighter? Breathe. Keep breathing. Pour your heart into this empty. Meet yourself in the void. Notice how that blank space is not blank at all. There's so much life here, staring back at us, meeting us. Everything you could ever conceive and beyond lives here. Breathe. Can you make more space with your breath? Can you bring more breath into this body? Can you release with more strength? Give up your breath. Give it up into the empty. There is nothing to see here, nothing to hear here, nothing to do here. How do you listen empty? Inside, in sight, hollow, still, quiet, departed, forgotten, vacated, lost, gone, death. What is watching you? What eyes peer out of the dark and see you naked, without, bare, barren, can you let these eyes that peer out of the dark see you're empty? Feel and touch you're empty. Notice where the eyes want to stay and linger. What is witness? Breathe. Can you take a few steps towards these eyes that want to see you, that ask to see you're empty? Can you let yourself get closer? What do you feel as you are witnessed in all your empty? Breathe. Can you give your empty to the dark? Can you hold out your hands, your empty hands, and let this space, this muse, this goddess, this god of empty, take what has been held within you for far too long. And this is a wolf that's come from the dark to take the empty from your heart, to take the broken bare in pieces, to take the hollowed, to take the forgotten, the left behind, to take the lost, to take the gone, the death. This wolf, she wolf, consumes your empty so that you might feel this now space with new form. Feel what this now inhabits you. Feel what inhabits you now. Bring the only thing you have is your breath. It is the only thing you have. Your breath. It is the full breath of life that guides you now. So breathe with that full breath of life. Notice this body's response to these instructions. What energy moves in you now? What way you find yourself in you form? Breathe. Follow your breath anywhere it will take you. Breathe. Breathe. Can you feel the space within, the still, the sounds of stillness that live inside of you? How absence holds the echoes of everything. Listen, what is living now? What do you remember through being emptied? What has been returned to you from the dark, from the infinite, from the spacious? Feel how you vibrate. Feel what is alive in your full, emptied heart. What is remaining here now that you have let go? What pulses in you in this cradle of potential? Can you honor that softening and releasing is a gift? But when we agree to be emptied, we agree to be weightless. We agree to be loved. We agree to float. We agree to let this body become the soul's playground. We agree to become a moving constellation. Be emptied long enough to feel something inside of you, to hear the song of your heart. Be empty long enough to be freed from time. Be freed from what is not natural. Be emptied long enough to listen to the sound of your own heart beating. Be emptied long enough of anything that separates you from everything. Breathe. Rest here. Rest in you and rest in everything. Empty is the canvas for your heart. And you must pour yourself into it. Now, with all the space inside, you might fly. You might fly. Dear heart, dear us, can we feel this connection we hold with each other? What binds us to each other? The light between us. Each and every one of us has a star's ray that reaches out and touches another point in the sky. Each of us a point in the sky touching another point in the sky. Feel what it's like to know how many stars are touching you and how many you are touching back. Breathe. Begin to bring yourself back little by little into this physical form, now new, now different, because we understand and know within when we take time to travel into space with breath, intention, and heart, we have agreed to be changed, agreed to take new form, agreed to allow the work of this moment now to continue working us. To feel the way this breath, body, immersion has delivered to your water body new instruction. Each small capsule inside of you understands now how it must adjust itself with this new information. Imagine that in this moment now you have downloaded a new code for your cellular structure that will play out over time and change you in ways you can't even imagine. So breathe with that awareness of the magic that you have just performed on yourself. Just by agreeing to show up, to breathe, and to be in the invitation of empty. Don't try to know this from a knowing place, but from a sensing place. You will feel it. It will become apparent to you in your dreams. It will become apparent to you in your body. It will become apparent to you in the way you perceive, in the way you see and hear. Trust that you will begin to feel the effects of this moment over time. So place your hands anywhere on your body just to bring you back in. You can put them over your heart or over your head, on your shoulders, on your legs. And take some final breaths with me here to close this ceremony. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose. Hold it. Breathe out. Then one more, breathing in and holding at the top. And release. You can begin to almost, as you come to, you can take these beautiful magic hands of ours that we're so gifted and start sweeping them across your body. You can sweep them across your chest and your arms. You can sweep them across your face, around your head, the back of your head. We're just clearing anything off of our field, down our legs, anything off of our field that has just not been picked up. You know, any kind of like toxins or debris that hasn't been fully like given away. Let that fly off with the wind. And you can slowly begin to open your eyes. Go around. Notice how you see. Notice how the body feels. And we're going to take our time. Valeria and I, we're going to close this time together out by sharing anything that wants to be shared. But as you are listening back here, just take your time to come into your space and become fully aware of your journey. Sometimes the integration of these kinds of experiences don't have words right away, but you might notice that there are things you want to jot down, or maybe you need to drink something or move. Maybe you just need to stretch. So take some time to come back. We even might put our hands over our hearts here for a second, just to really honor this journey we went through. And be bowing our head to our hearts, reminding the mind that it's always in service of what the heart wants. It's the heart that leads and the mind that follows. So when we bow our heads to our hearts, we're reminding ourselves of that. Beautiful. Ah. Hmm. So beautiful you. Is there anything at all with no pressure at all to share? But if there's anything that wants to be spoken, I welcome it.
I want to share that this experience for me has reminded me of the deep compassion I must give to myself, and all the love and all the empty is an opportunity to be loving and compassionate towards all parts of me.
Mm. Mm.
So yeah, like what I want to say is
Mm.
empty as an opportunity to be full.
Mm. Mm. Yeah. Okay. Let's listen. That empty as an opportunity to be full. And I hear the words you use initially, compassion and love, as what you find wanting to fill you.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. Hmm. So I'm just going to sit in that full for a moment with you, just to feel the resonance of what we sometimes fill ourselves with that isn't compassion and love. And so if what occupies us is compassion and love, what does that feel like? Yeah. Yeah, I can feel even here now the way the body, mine, and anyone else here listening might want to block the fullness of compassion and love. Our bodies and the stories we hold in them might create roadblocks for that energy to fill us up. So even after this deep journey, we might still notice where there's, what could it be like to just embody always compassion and love? We might right away notice some sticking points, some little pockets of like, mm-mm, you know, what does it look like to be a embodied, compassionate human, an embodied, loving human? What changes if that?
Lightness.
Yeah. Lightness. Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is related to empty.
Yeah. Exactly. Light, right? That's what I was feeling, right? We were journeying, I felt the play on empty as light, weightless, and also luminous,
Yes.
right? So, wow. Okay. So we might notice as we journey, as this recalibration is occurring in these bodies, how we There's density to our perception, there's heaviness to our perception of who and what we are. There's a way we want to make ourselves heavy.
Yeah.
There's a way we want to make ourselves uh, gravitationally heavy, dense, when what truly feels like where we're being guided is to become more light, weightless, and love and compassion being the energy of that. So I think we're all being called to the task of noticing what interferes with all of us being bodies that feel and breathe and move like this, right? In this moment in time, I was listening to something. I was listening to this really beautiful book uh, called "The Soul of Money." Fascinating book. As I journey with like my relationship with money this year, that's my call. And
Mhm.
and so what was interesting is she was talking about Mother Teresa in one chapter, and she was talking about um, perceptions that she had to encounter and face in relationship to her icon, Mother Teresa, and ways in which she was having to confront within herself judgments, criticisms. Um, for her, it was around the wealthy. This author. But I'm seeing this play out a lot right now on the scene in terms of like the global um, devastation that's occurring on so many levels, and how many of us will hierarchy suffering. So we'll say, like, well, I feel bad for them, but I don't necessarily feel bad for them. They don't have much, but they have more. There's a lot happening here where we're placing a lot of unnecessary heavy into our bodies, or we're noticing where our perceptions and our judgments and our criticisms and our negativity is weighing us down. So I love what you're bringing in here, Valeria, is something for us to just think about. And this is what the blank wall or the blank page will have us see. It's what the empty wants to take from us. It's what I saw the wolf coming out from the dark. It's really wanting to devour, like, give me your decay, right? Give me the stuff, that thick, dense matter that I can chew that up and eat that up and take it away from you. Why are you holding on to it? Right? So that's the invitation that I think I sense, not even think, I sense is really being made for us in this journey. So thank you for giving me an opportunity to expand on that, because when I heard that, I thought, I felt it in my own heart, the way being only compassion and love still feels like there's obstacles there that I hold on to, right? What would it look like to move around the world only as compassion and love? That is quite an invitation. I would have to let go of a lot of things I think I know and that I think I'm right about. Yeah, what were you going to say? You're muted, darling.
Oh, I heard it's the cure, it's like
Hmm.
how to fill the space through compassion and love, period.
Hmm. So that is our call. That is what we're being called to do, to be only that, only that
Yeah,
at
and
every exchange and interaction. Yeah.
when you were talking about the wolf, I thought animalistic, human, us, spirit, air, light.
Mm. Hmm. Mm. Mm. Within each of us is that, the wolf part of us as well. Yeah, this is what we all must understand, that we are the embodiment of every archetype, of every myth, of every element. And how do we listen our existence like this?
Yeah, physical.
Yeah. Hmm. Whew. Amazing, amazing, amazing. All right, Goddess. Well, thank you for your deep presence and your sharing and everything that you felt and spoke that helped me feel into this even more. That was quite a gift, love.
Well, thank you for holding these sessions. I'm super grateful. I love this. I've
Yes.
missed this space.
Yeah, well, it'll be here. It'll be here. This is my commitment this year. One of the things I also um, I did an exercise where I wrote 10 things from December 21st to, I think, did we talk about this? No. From December 21st to December 31st, I wrote a list of 10 things I wanted to bring in for the new year. And each day I burned a piece of paper, and the last one left was the one I had to focus all of my energy on for
Mm.
2025. And the last one left was lead more heart breath, lead more breath meditations. That was the
Oh
last
my
one of all the
God.
things. So I said, well, then there it is. And then 2025, I have to focus all of my energy on leading, no matter what, leading, offering these sessions, these immersions, these heart breaths. So there it is. I'm following through. So
No, and you are a master, like hard breath. That's like your Aire healing, like your way of healing is through birth, through birth, also,
through birth,
but through,
birthing the heart. Exactly.
yeah.
Through breath, birthing the heart through breath. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Love that. Love that. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you, darling. I appreciate you so much. Okay, until next time, have a blessed, blessed evening, and we'll see each other soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye for now. Bye, everyone.